Hi everybody, so today I'm in a different place, but I am back and we are going to be talking about episode 2 of Kingdom this week, and I am very excited and we got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. First, they went over the rankings for the first week, and we have Stray Kids as first and the Boyz as second, which is what I ranked them as. Third is BtoB, fourth is SF9, fifth is ATEEZ, and sixth is iKon, which I was kind of in shock about because it makes no sense. The first week's votings were entirely based upon the little preview that they did in February when they released all of the 100-second performances, and I'm just very shocked by the ranking because iKon, if you look right now, iKon is at 5 million views for their first week's performance, which is the second highest of Stray Kids, and it just makes no sense for them to be fifth but have the second highest views. And ATEEZ has third highest views, I think, and they're fifth? That makes no sense. Hopefully the points are a bit more balanced this time around. We only have 3 performances this week instead of the full 6. So we won't get to see everything until next week, but I'm going to be ranking the 3 performances from this week so far. So first up we have the Boyz, and they are sticking with the Game of Thrones theme. They did No Air, which is my favorite song by them. Well, one of my favorite songs by them, but it's the one I had on repeat the most, I'll tell you that. I really love that era, and I really loved that title track, and it was just so good with like the blue and the water theme. And this time around, the Boyz stuck with the Game of Thrones theme and did a Song of Ice and Fire. I don't really know what I think about this performance. First of all, the camera motions, like I get what they were doing, but it was giving me a little bit of motion sickness, not gonna lie. And the hands thing was kind of cool the first time they did it, then they just kept going with it, so I don't know how I really feel about it. And they just had a ton of props and like theming on stage, and I thought it was really cool, like where they had like Juyeon like chained up, and like the hands were like undoing the chains with like the White Walkers around them. Like that was really cool. I don't really get the story. I don't know if that's just me. I know it's like supposed to be like a desperate love, but is she helping them escape from something, or is she in danger? I don't know. I don't really get it. And overall, about the arrangement, I really liked it. It wasn't like anything like surprising or like intense, but I really liked it. Like, I don't know whose vocals it was, but I really liked the part where they're like in the original song, they're like nowhere, and they just keep repeating nowhere, but then they replaced it with like this beautiful singing, and it was so good, and I really liked that part. But like overall, the arrangement was like nothing special in comparison to the other groups. But it's just my opinion, please don't yell at me. And they had some really cool prop parts. Like, so they had the chains, and they had the people as the White Walkers, and they had like the hands like doing things. And then we just have Sunoo just like suspended in the air. That was pretty cool. And the little, and I really liked the part where Juyeon did like this, and then all the flames went down. That was really cool. I think Youngoon kind of stumbled with the little blindfold thing. Like Hyunjae had it on, and then he gave it to, his name's New. Can't remember his real name right now. Hyunjae he takes off the blindfold, he hands it to New, and then New like hands it off to the girl, and then Youngoon like tries to take it, but then he kind of fumbled, so I think he kind of messed up there. But I mean, it was noticeable to me, but it wasn't like a huge fumble, I guess. Also, why was Hackney out holding hands with this lady? Like, he is not allowed to do that. Oh, and the part with Juyeon, like, with the white screen, and, like, there's the people behind it, like, kind of manipulating it. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Like, it was cool, but, like, I don't know what the purpose was of that. And Juyeon's dancing was really good. I also really liked all of their dancing this whole time around. Like, the first time it was kind of, like, they were kind of a mess, but then this time around they were all really good, so I did like that. And then at the end, and then they take away the white screen, and then it's like there's like this cool dance part, and that was like probably one of my favorite parts of the performance. Q like hops over him, and then they do like this whole little thing, and then at the end there's like somebody does a backflip. I think it's Eric, but like that was pretty cool. That was like insane. And then the performance was over. And then the second performance is iKon, and I absolutely loved this performance. Like, they completely took Love Scenario and flipped it into like a La La Land situation, and I freaking loved it. I thought that idea was genius. It was something that I was not expecting from iKon, and I'm just really like, I don't know, I'm really proud of them. Like, they definitely stepped it up from the first week, which was like definitely fully like what iKon is known for and like how iKon is like as a group. And then they completely like challenged themselves this week and completely like flipped a switch, I guess. And they not only did one song, but they did two. They did a mashup of Killing Me and Love Scenario, and that was also genius and something like none of the other groups have done so far, which was really, really freaking cool. And I just absolutely loved it. Like, as soon as the chorus started for Love Scenario, I was like laughing and like smiling because I was like totally not expecting this like theatrical like flip that they did, because you just don't expect that from iKon, which was like, it was a nice surprise. And then they kind of like, they turn it into this story of like, I guess like a breakup, and then like this is like breakup is killing me, and it wasn't like a vague storyline, but something that is like understandable. And the dance break for Killing Me, like the only thing that I would say is that they didn't really change Killing Me up too much. It was like basically the same song. They added in a couple dance break parts, which, I mean, is cool. Like, they did a really good job like with the dancing, was really nice. And like the part in Killing Me when I don't know his name, I don't know the guy's name, but I think it's the guy that I think is cute. Somebody told me his name last week and I completely forgot it, but I think it's that guy. They cut his hair, which I'm really sad about, but I think it's that guy. He like falls off the stairs, and then like they catch him. Oh my god, that was so good. That part was so good. And then it turns into like Killing Me and like this dance break. And the part with the lighter was really cool. I don't know his name either. I don't know any of iKon's names except for Bobby. I'm really sorry. But the part with the lighter, he had the lighter up and then he like closes it and he like tosses it back, but he doesn't actually toss it back. And then the flames start. That was insane. It was just so good. It was just so good. So the only thing I can really say is like they didn't change up Killing Me too much, but Love Scenario was flipped so well that it like kind of doesn't even matter. But yeah. And then the third group was BtoB. Wow. Okay, so they really surprised me. The first week I was kind of like not about the ballad and was not about the just standing at the mic stands, but like looking more into the group, that's kind of like their thing. Like, ballads are their thing because their vocals are literally insane. So I did look up the original song and listen to the original song and listen to the remix version, and it wasn't changed up too much. They did take out like the guitars and like the drums and make it more like, I guess, make it more theatrical and more like intense, almost like an orchestra kind of type beat. So it wasn't really too much of a difference. I'm also not really good with like music. Like, I don't know all the technical terms and stuff. But so I was like, okay, like their live vocals are just so good and just so insane that it like gives me goosebumps, like how good it is. And I was just and I actually like liked the song. Like, listening to the original, I actually like really liked the song. So I was like, okay, BtoB, I see you. And seeing just the original group, like how big they are, and now they're just 4 of them, like they're at such a disadvantage from other groups. But I really appreciated that they were like it was like the same, but more. Like, there was a lot more effort put into this performance, like with the trees and with like all the backup dancers and the like screens, and also like the part with the sword. But there was just overall like there was more of a story being told. I don't know what the story was necessarily, but there was definitely a lot more like vibes going on, you know. It wasn't just, here we are, we're standing at mics and we're singing, and there was like a little bit of dancing happening, you know. I really liked it. I've watched this performance definitely a lot more than the other ones, just because I was just so shocked at how much I liked it, because because the first week I was really like not impressed by BtoB, except for their vocals, obviously, because just the high notes that they hit are just insane. And the one guy is literally a rapper who is being forced to sing because they're only 4 people. They definitely added a lot more like violins and stuff, and it was more like a traditional like Korean like type theme. And I mean, it's something, I think. It's not like as theatrical as the Boyz, but it's also a lot better than what they did the first week, and I was just really surprised by how much I liked it. So yeah. Okay, so now that we've talked about all the performances, I'm gonna rank them. And don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Also, this is only 3 performances. This ranking is going to change, obviously, because we have 3 more to see next week. So, you know, who knows? We'll have to see. But next week is also Stray Kids and ATEEZ and SF9. So it's gonna be a nice week. And before I start, I just also wanted to say that I had a really, really hard time ranking these groups because I was just so impressed with all the performances, and they all had their strengths and their weaknesses, and just really hard to rank them. I'm going to start with number 3, which is... But number 3, I'm sorry to say, I'm going to put as the Boyz. Only because the music kind of ruined it for me. I really, really love No Air, but there was like only one specific part of the song that I was really liked. I think the classical music like combined with the beat of like how they were saying the words, I don't know what that's called, kind of threw it off for me. I don't know, I wasn't like, I didn't like it that much. But their storyline was really cool. I don't really know what it was. It was just kind of like, here's fire and here's ice, and then also there's a lady that we're in love with but can't be with. I'm not really sure. I mean, their props and their stunts were really, really impressive, and their dancing was really, really good. It's just kind of the song was not that great. It was good, but it wasn't outstanding for me personally. And yeah, so Boyz is 3rd. I'm sure they're going to be higher on the out of 6 list next week, so don't hate me. I do love the Boyz. I do stand the Boyz, so yeah. And number 2 is BtoB. I'm gonna give it up to BtoB this week because they really just surprised me with like the song. Like I really, really liked the song, and I really, really liked their live vocals. They were super impressive, and just for only having 4 people, like the sounds that came out of them was amazing. And also I really appreciated like the break in the middle with the sword and the katana, and just that part was really cool. And also they had like a theme going, you know. I really, really liked it, and it was a lot more than they did the first week. So I really appreciated like the live vocals and the sheer effort that they put into a performance, you know. And especially with only 4 people, it's really hard. And of course that makes a number 1 iKon, and I was just, oh my god, the song, the flip that they did on this song was insane. Like I wasn't expecting it at all. And just the dancing was so cute. They did the little jazz hands, and then on top of that, they did a mashup with another song, which is something that none of the other groups have done so far. Based on the prompt, you wouldn't have thought that they would have done that, but it was great. And also, I love both of those songs. The stunts were good, the storyline was good, the props were good, and it wasn't too much, and it was just enough to get the story across. And it was just overall really, really good performance, and it was just like, it was unexpected, and it turned out so good. But yeah, that is my ranking of this week's performances. It's only 3, so it's definitely going to change next week. But you guys let me know in the comments what you thought of the performances and how you would have ranked the performances. And we'll see next week how much it changes. If you like this video, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the so you know when I upload my next review of Kingdom, because we are just getting started and I am so excited. But anyways guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!